What if I told you that one of the greatest empires in history didn't fall on a battlefield, but with a signature and a boat ride? The Ottoman Empire, ruler of 3 continents, guardian of Islam and a superpower for 600 years, it was erased in under 5 minutes. From royalty to republic, from crescent flags to national parliaments, this wasn't just a collapse, it was a transformation that shocked the world. And the most insane part? It was led not by a king, but a soldier with a vision and a mustache. This is the story of how it all came to an end, and why it still matters today. By 1919, the Ottoman Empire was a shadow of its former self. Once a fearsome force in Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa, now it was crawling out of World War I, bruised, bankrupt, and beaten. The army? Disarmed. The capital, occupied by the Allies. The people, exhausted and hungry. Even Istanbul didn't feel like the seat of an empire anymore. It felt like someone else's property. Then came the final insult, the Treaty of Sevres, signed in 2020. Britain got control of oil-rich Mesopotamia. France got Syria. Italy has the south coast. And Greece, yes, the old enemy, got a big chunk of Western Turkey. It was less a treaty, more like a dissection. And the Sultan, Mehmed VI, a fragile man with a crown, agreed to it, hoping to preserve his throne. Spoiler alert, he wouldn't. While Istanbul surrendered, a new rebellion was brewing deep in Anatolia. Enter Mustafa Kemal, a decorated Ottoman officer and war hero, but now a revolutionary. He didn't just reject the treaty, he rejected the Sultan himself. In April 1920, in Ankara, Kemal formed a rival parliament, the Grand National Assembly. It declared the Sultan no longer speaks for the Turkish people. This wasn't just politics, this was a civil war inside an empire that no longer had the strength to fight one. The Sultan called him a traitor. Kemal called the Sultan a puppet. And regular citizens? Well, they had to pick a side. Then came the real test, the Turkish War of Independence. Kemal's nationalist army fought against the Greeks in the west, the Armenians in the east, and even the French in the south, and all while dodging internal rebellions and allied threats. This wasn't just about borders, it was about identity. Would Turkey be a colony or a nation? Against all odds, the nationalists began to win. In 1921, they held their ground at the Battle of Sakarya. In 1922, they crushed the Greeks at Dunlupunar. And by the end of that year, Greek forces were retreating, the Allies were negotiating, and Istanbul, it's suddenly looking very exposed. On November 1st, 1922, the Turkish Grand Assembly dropped the bomb. The Ottoman Sultanate, abolished. 600 years of royal rule, gone. No referendum, no battle, just a vote. Sultan Mehmed VI packed his bags, and on November 17th, he boarded a British warship. He left Istanbul quietly, never to return. That was it, the last Ottoman Sultan, leaving through the back door of an empire that once terrified Europe. The caliphate remained, for now, but the monarchy was dead. Then, in October 1923, the Republic of Turkey was officially declared. Its capital? Ankara, not Istanbul. Its leader? Mustafa Kemal, soon to be called Atatürk, father of the Turks. New laws, new constitution, a new identity. He introduced Western clothing, banned religious courts, created a Latin alphabet to replace Arabic script. It wasn't just reform, it was a reinvention. And then came the most controversial move of all. On March 3, 1924, the Turkish government abolished the caliphate, a role the Ottoman sultans had held since the 1500s. It was spiritual, symbolic, but also political. The caliph was supposed to be the leader of all Sunni Muslims. With one decree, that role vanished. No more caliph, No more empire, no more Ottoman legacy in the new republic. Some Muslims around the world were shocked, others outraged, and some inspired to build something new.
The Islamic world has never had a unified caliphate since. Let's just pause here. This empire ruled for 6 centuries across deserts, mountains, and seas. It fought crusaders, Mongols, European kings, and even Napoleon. Yet, in less than 5 years, it collapsed from the inside, not because of invasion, but because of the transformation. Wild, right? What if Mustafa Kemal hadn't stood up? Would Turkey even exist? Would the Middle East look completely different? Today, Turkey is modern and independent, but the ghosts of the Ottoman Empire still linger. You can feel it in the Hagia Sophia. You can hear it in debates over secularism versus religion. You can see it in how the Middle East was carved up after World War I. Borders drawn with rulers, not reality. And the question remains, was ending the empire a bold step forward, or the loss of something sacred? From 1919 to 1924, Turkey went from imperial wreckage to a revolutionary battleground to a reborn republic. The Ottoman Empire didn't collapse overnight. It crumbled from the inside, pushed by the will of the people, and pulled apart by global forces that saw an opportunity. And while empires fall, their stories, they echo for centuries. If you found this journey as powerful as we did, you're going to love what's next. Empires rise, fall, and change the world. So why stop here? Subscribe to EmpireFall YT, where history isn't just dates and maps, it's power, people, and unforgettable stories. Let's uncover it together.